What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our modded adventure, trying to work with this Minecolonies and create. Now I've been doing quite a lot of bits and pieces off camera. Not so much building, but different, just sort of experimenting with different mods. Like you've got this mod, which is the caged mobs, in order to get wool, because we need a lot of wool in order to build a couple of things in our mine colony. And then we've also got a villagering one, which is just generating some emeralds for us. Without the upgrades for it, it doesn't generate stuff particularly quickly. You can see the progress bar up there, and even when that's done, it's only a certain percentage that it's actually going to produce like an emerald for us. So if we go to caged mobs, the speed upgrades, they do get pretty expensive. So like netherite and nether stars for the upgrades in order to actually get these to produce stuff relatively quickly. But we did need wool, and I got a little bit tired of manually harvesting. Down the line, we will be able to get the mine colonies. Like I've got a shepherd's hut ready to be built here, but I've not actually sorted out the blocks for them, because I want the builders to work on getting the 2 fields for the farmer. And then that way we can actually get a place for them to be able to grow the food. And then I need to build a place for them to actually cook the food and eat the food. So what we're going to do is give these guys food manually, as well as give them the resources. So we've got casting, which I sorted out 2 different bags. One of them's shy of a bit of wool. Your Cyrus, which means it's this bag. So what we're going to want to do is give you some food there. Are you going to be able to just pick that up since I let it in your thing, or do I actually have to manually give it to you?
If you say so.
Yeah, I will work on it. Hold on. Inventory. Give them a couple stacks of food. And then, oh my god, they've got so much garbage on them. I did request a pickup from this place, but I don't know why they've not done it, because I need to drop off all of this stuff, and I don't think they've got the inventory room. Okay, let's first of all put stuff.
There's not enough room for my family to live here.
Yeah, hold on. Just start putting all of this stuff into here. Yeah. Move this stuff over to here. Oh my god, this is going to take a second. Let me supply the 2 builders with all their materials, because I need to do this with both of the building huts, and then I will bring you back. Alright, so they finished building these 2 balloon fields. Well, what I thought was fields, but they're not actually fields. They're the plantation ones. Let's open the store. And the plantation ones will only grow sugarcane, cactus or bamboo. Not to mention that the farmers that we've got at the moment can't actually use plantation fields. You actually have to research plantations before your farmers can work on them. So I've put down a couple of budget fields. One's got potatoes, one's got carrots. So far, because we've only got a tier 1 farmer, she can only work 1 farm at a time, and she's doing the potatoes. I've also put down the blueprint for a dining hall. That way, once they harvest potatoes, they can then cook them and feed them to the rest of the village, so the village stop gets angry at me for not having food on hand. And then I've got another guy who's over here working on the shepherd's hut, because a lot of the builds use balloons like that, which require quite a lot of wool. Now, I was looking at the different methods of doing resource production in this pack, and I've also lost my hack, so I went down to try to fight the flower again, and it did not work out too well in my favour. So there's 5 different main routes of getting resources. We've got sifting, which is using basically producing cobblestone, grinding it into gravel, sand, and then running it through sifters to get different resources. That's mainly using the create mod. Then we've got the roost ultimate, which is using resource chickens to produce resources for us, which just for clarification, we will venture down through all of these throughout the series, but to start off producing resources now, I need to pick one. So we've also got productive bees, which are done in all the mods 9, all the mods 10, I forgot which one I last played. Hostile neural networks, which is mainly a lot of different mob drops. and there is a lot of different mobs that drop a lot of different resources. And then we've also got the mob cages, which I've got a couple of these set up outside, but in order to get into the upgrades, so the speed upgrades, you actually need netherite ingots and nether stars in order to make them a decent viable source. So I think we're going to go through the sifting side, and in order to do the sifting side, these things are relatively fine, but we need a lot of rotational stress energy. So the water wheels, we could just stack up like a ridiculous amount of water wheels, which would work. But I want to get into the steam engines themselves and produce rotational force using that. But in order to do that, we need a way of powering steam engines infinitely. So I'm wondering if the infinite lava trick with create is going to work. But in order to figure that out, I need to actually get 100 buckets of lava. So I've made this jumbo tank to see if this will allow me to transport lava. Let's put you down here, because sometimes these tanks will allow you to fill them with fluid, but will not allow you to pick up the fluid. So if we put that, okay, 1000, so that will, yeah, so that should actually be enough, and that's only if the trick of creating infinite lava with create is a thing still or not. So let me gather up 100 buckets of this, and then we need to dig a really big freaking hole in order to fill with lava to hopefully run a pump in to then get infinite lava. But we will see if that works or not still in this. I know they worked in the all the mods pack that I was working. Oh no, what mod pack was I playing before? I was playing a mod pack with Clowd. I can't remember the name of it, but that one allowed you to use the infinite sort of lava trick that is done via create. 9. Why is it from that angle? Okay, so I'm looking downwards. 30 buckets. So I need to get 100 buckets at least in order to do this, and then it's a very tedious process, but then I also need to dig a really big hole. So once I filled this up, I will take you to where I'm thinking of digging the big hole, and I can show you how I'm planning on digging it. Alright, so we've managed to get the lava necessary. We've actually got 134 buckets. If you're wondering what that sound is, it's my boots eating the grass to replenish my hunger. It gets a little bit annoying, and I don't know how to turn it off. So the way that I want to dig this hole is using the create drills, and I'm wondering if it still works or not. Like, I'm not 100% sure. But we want, say, super glue. Ah, oh, goddammit, I knew I heard a little baby zombie. Go away. Okay, so we want super glue, our drills, and we want a pulley with this thing. Where's our drills? Did I take? No, I've not taken the drills out. Am I being blind? Oh, there they are. Got 25. Then we want the rope pulley, which I'm pretty sure we've got one of somewhere in here. Mechanical piston, vertical gearbox, rope pulley. There we go. So if we go and say we need some more blocks. We're going to want to get rid of one of these trees anyway. Get rid of this guy here. Timber. Thank you. So, do that for a second. Then, let's get our drills, say, here. We're going to want to rotate this the right way. Like so. And then we're going to want 5 by 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then fill it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. This tree is going to be the vein of my existence, isn't it? we go. You guy can just get lost. I don't know if I like these trees or not, the dynamic ones. They take very, very long to sort of disappear compared to other mods. Then we're going to want a rope pulley on here. Then we're going to want to put some chests on here. Pick up blocks. And then we're going to want to super glue this. So, like so. And then join them together. Then I'm hoping this works. So we can actually do it by hand and have it dig out all the way down the bed. And then this will actually store the blocks that it covers in the chests. So far we've just got dirt, but yeah, I'm going to do this, but I need to build this and move it 4 times. So it's going to be like a 10 by 10 hole all the way down to bedrock after I'm done. Keeping the chests where they are, I will replace the drills and just move them over once it's dug its all the way down. And then we can do the entire 10 by 10. And then it's a case of filling that 10 by 10 from about deep slate layer all the way down to bedrock with lava. I'm hoping it's like, I don't know if they've changed it, whether it has to be source blocks or not now, but it's something like 1,000 blocks of lava or 10,000 blocks of lava. But either way, I do know in the last mod pack I played, you was able to do it from deep slate layer going all the way down, and it would give you an infinite source of lava. So let me do this, get the lava in place, and then I will bring you back once all of that's done, because it's going to take, by the looks of it, a lot of food for some reason. There we go. Come on. Let's see how we're getting on. Yeah, it's not too bad. So yeah, catch you back in a fair bit. Alright, so fast forward around about 3 hours later, and we are slowly filling in the 10 by 10 area with lava whilst trying not to die, because dying would be terrible right now. Throw you in there. Okay. Do one of these. That. That. Oh, this is so sketchy. And that. And then we should be able to vein mine underneath, which should all be cobbled deep slate. So that should be ordered cobbled deep slate, although I'm fairly sure it means that there's still going to be cobbled deep slate over on that side. It's very hard to tell though. Let's grab some of this. Because you can only vein mine 64 blocks. There we go. So that should be the rest of it. Awesome. So that should now be flowing. That's pretty cute. Although, having a platform above the lava probably isn't a bad idea. But probably not to have it out of that. Let's do just a cobblestone platform actually. Above the lava for now. And then we're going to want where the pulley is. So around the center point-ish. We're probably going to want a gap for the actual hose to go down. So let's just fill this in. How much lava we got left? Still got 34 buckets of lava left, which I'll put into my backpack just on the off chance that we're going to need it down the line for something, which is usually the case. Let's just quickly fill you guys in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That should be fine. Break you and throw you into there. And then we're going to want to grab what block? Yeah, cool, deep slate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. If you're wondering why I'm counting as well, is to make sure that I've not gone up more blocks than I can vein mine. Which we have not. Awesome. So, you can now be broken. Have we got enough room to pick up our drills? Because they are a nuisance to have to constantly make. And we've got so many resources here as well. So what we're now looking for is, hopefully we've got a hose pulley in here somewhere. I'm pretty sure that I did make one. Yeah, a hose pulley. And if we go secure onto there and say break you. Oh, I'm going to have to turn the rotational force the other way as well. So pick you up, put it over here. And let that go all the way down. And then once it reaches the bottom, it should say, hopefully, lava infinite, but we will see. Okay, so my maths was off. It needs to be 10,000 blocks of lava, not source blocks, so you can just do the top layer. But my 10 by 10 by like 70 was obviously off by about 20 or 30,000 blocks. So I ended up having to pick up all of the lava, raise it up to the Y level 40, so that way it's 100 layers deep and it's 100 spots along the top, which means it will be 10,000 spots altogether. And then it does actually say when you hover over the hose pulley that it says bottomless supply. The targeted body of water is considered infinite. Now we are using fluid pipes. There are pipes that create does, but it requires rotational energy to pump them. But the fluid pipes do not, so we're just going to be using this. And then we do one of them, and then it should be now transferring. So we can now fill up this tank. I don't know how quick this thing fills or empties, but we have got some pipe upgrades. Transferring 2,000, so 2 buckets every game tick. Oh wow, that is... So it can actually pump a lot of lava very, very quickly. So we're just going to let that fill, and then while that's filling, we're going to go and hop over and start crafting the bits and pieces that we need for the steam tanks. Stupid ducks. Go away. Also, if my volume is too loud or too low, it was too low, I realised I had it much lower than what I would usually have it. So I'm going to try to edit it so it is all the same volume, but I do apologise if it's not, or if I've forgotten to do so. What do we want here? So we want a bunch of the blaze burners. So want like 9, want like 18 of these, which is quite a lot, which means we're going to have to go and grab them from inside the whatchamacallit. Going to want a sink for pumping the water, and then we're going to want a whole bunch of fluid tanks. These guys, which means we're going to want a whole bunch of barrels. Going to need a lot more barrels than that. Say that. And there we go, that should be more than enough there. And a full stack there. So I'm trying to remember, it's like 3 by 3 by like 9. I'm gonna have to double check to see what the max size of the steam tank is using lava, we're also going to want a straw. Straw is from the create crafts and additions. It basically allows you... Oh, what am I going to have to do? Get a rolling machine? God damn it. I don't even know what that is. Then we're going to have to throw some bamboo into a rolling machine. These are all things that we can do. Grab one of you. And then we're going to want some rotational energy. So go down below. Where have we got some spare rotational energy? Here? No! Okay, so what we can do is relieve the stress units by... that. That should be it. Overstressed. Do that. Oh, maybe it's because that was just running at to a higher speed. Okay. Oh, dude, come on. We're gonna need slower rotational energy. Yeah. There we go. And then that is clearly not how that works. Oh, maybe this has to be on a conveyor belt. I've never used a rolling machine, if it wasn't already obvious. Okay, let's ponder it. How is this thing set up? On mill uses rotational force to roll metals. To manually input item, drop ingots. That's what I just did. Stupid thing. There. And then... Oh, okay, there we go. So we're going to want a straw, and the straw will change the blaze burners to accept fluids directly, so we can pump lava directly in, instead of making lava buckets to feed into them. It's just an easier method, but it's added by one of the additions to the... Why am I going this way? To the create mod. We are also going to want... oh, I think my portal is still set up. Nope, don't need to go to a portal. Oh my god. Do we need to go... I'm not sure if I set up one of these... Oh, okay, another fortress. So we are looking for a... This will go away. So we're going to have to change a whole bunch of these. So just over there is where we're looking to go. I'm going to try to do this very quickly. Where's my umbrella? Awesome. It's 18 of them. Oh, I don't even know what that little dude is. So I'm back over to here. And go to our mine colony home. It's at the bottom of the list now just because I moved the waystone, because it was here where my guys are meant to be building this. Also, I've not supplied them with the materials yet, because I've been way too sidetracked. Why are you like all shadowy? Recruit for a Never Star. They have got some very high stats. That must be like one of the special sort of mod developers sort of skin, because that is not a normal mine colony skin. So we've got our blaze burners. Now let me just double check the size of these, and then we can make the actual steam engines. So after some googling, I think I've worked it out. I think it's like per level of boiler goes up with the amount of steam engines you can use on each one. And for a level 9 boiler, which is 9 normal blaze burners being permanently normally heated, not overheated, it is 36. So it's like a ×4 ratio from tank to power source. If my calculations are correct, that is anyway. So we are looking for the steam engines. Engines. Crap, we need gold sheets. Go and make some of them. But also had to make some more tanks, so that way we had enough for the actual whole steam engine. And I ran out of the copper sheets, so we now have to wait for the copper sheets and then the gold sheets. So yeah, let me craft up the steam engines, and once we're ready to go whack them down, I'll bring you back. Okay, so I've got the 18 steam engines, 18 blaze burners, a whole bunch of tanks, a whole bunch of fluid pipes, and this thing is now filled. Is there any way of us grabbing this without falling into lava? There we go. So put you into there. And then we're going to want to break off this stuff here. No, do this. We're not going to need any of that. Throw that back into here. And we need to figure out exactly how it is we want to do this. So this is going to be the lava, obviously. 1, 2, 3, and then go with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Can we take it from both sides? No, so it has to be from here. I was kind of hoping to be able to use this area underneath, but it's fine. Let me actually get up the chunk bounding boxes, because I don't want to be going, like, already going into 2 separate chunks here is not ideal. So what we're probably going to want to do is pick this up, move it over to here, and that way we can have them all within these 2 chunks. But even that, we probably want to now move the boilers back to have the boilers all in one sort of chunk. So can we pick this up? Yes, we can. Okay, that's fine. Then say, I would really like it to be a lot lower down as well. So, try to figure this out then, shall we? Like so. Then, like so. There we go. Do we want it here? We probably want it facing this direction. Nope, the other direction. Yeah, and that way we can have both boilers on either side here. What are you selling, buddy? You're selling pants. I don't want pants. So now we are going to have to break you, and then what dropped there? So do this. We are going to want to break you, and then fill this in, and pray that it still registers as a endless supply. Oh, not what I want to do. Okay. Like that. And wrong bag. You just got a hand crank rather than having to run all of them cables again. Oh, this way. Okay, let me put this all the way down. Okay, so we've got that at the bottom, and we've got the pipe with it registering as infinite. So now we want to go good. Let me place pipe here, please. There we go. So there, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And we want to do the same for this side. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Then we can put our blaze burners on here. I may actually have to redo these pipes if these blaze burners do not register it. So then we just right click them with straw. Oh, do I have to make a straw for every single one? But yeah, at least it's connected and it is filling with lava. Okay, let me go make another 17 straws. It's just throwing 17 more bits of freaking bamboo at that other machine. Let's also get rid of these chunk borders for a second. 17 straws in hand. Watch me be well off with my maths. It's going to be something like 19 or 21. But hopefully it's simple maths that I should not be able to screw up. All of this is pretty much just a learning curve for me because I've not done any of this before. So let's set up all of these guys. I don't know, do we get burned if we hop on? No, which is weird. I would have thought, oh no. I'm going to be one straw freaking, oh no, we got one here. Ooh, panic there. Okay, so throw these burners onto here. So, we're going to want to get rid of you. Thank you. Now all of these should start filling up with lava after it's done the initial burn. Nice. And this side should all be filled with 4 buckets apiece. All happy days there. And now we want to set up our tanks. So we want this to be 3x3 and 4 tall. So 1, 2. I don't think it's meant to do that. Can we go 1, 2, 3, 4? You're not meant to be here. And then the same for here. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4. God damn it. There we go. That's our tanks. Now we need to get them filled up with water. So we're going to get our kitchen sink. Whack it on top there. And then get our pipes. And do this. We're going to be very careful not to go near the lava pipes. And then from here we can then do one of these and upgrade it with one of these. So then it fills up with water very, very quickly. We also need to do the same for this thing, so it pumps out the lava just as quick. And that is now filled. And these are all burning up. No! Thank God for that, I actually closed it. Okay, so quick you. Get our umbrella. And then we need to whack our steam engines on top of here. So 1, 2, 3. So that's our size, water and heat. So it's a level 9 boiler. So we should be able to put 9 of these on top, if I'm correct. Oh, okay, no. So kinetic stress capacity is 147,000 via 6 engines. So only 6 engines on this one. But I'm fairly sure if we increase the heat, I don't think the size matters unless we increase the heat. Via 1 engine, via 2 engines, via 3, via 6. Does it matter how many engines you put on? Via 7, via 8. I have no idea. It's all going to be a learning experience. Okay, and then we want to go and grab our shafts. Yay. Can we like... That is not what I wanted to do. Okay. So, dude. That's not the way... Can we like rotate you? Okay. You're the thing that we wanted to get rid of. So we want these to all connect. Is there a way? Like, oh, okay. Like so. Awesome. And then we're going to want it to be facing. Dude, why are you not facing the way that I want you to face? Yeah, that works. That. There. And to there. Now, I'm trying to think of the best approach of doing this. Like, having these hooked up so they're all connected this way. Oh, I have to apologise for that. The alarm on one of my phones. Should I hook, like, a belt up to this so this way all of the kinetic energy of these three and these three are still connected to this same one? Because I don't think it's going to look too good with them stretching all the way across. How many belts have I got on me? I've got one on me. So if we were to do that and then that. You've got all of the rotational energy going to this centre column here. But we can't have a... Unless we have two. I'm trying to think of how we can connect these all up to the same rotational force. Get rid of you, get rid of you. I don't know if this is all connected or not. As you can tell, I am super confident with this. Stress capacity 16, 16. So each individual one is 16. Right, 9 times 16 should be a lot more. Actually, let me double check that. 9 times 16. No, it is right. It's roughly that. It's about 144. So it's just a little over, but it does 16.384. Okay, but how do we connect them all together? That is the question. That, do that, do this, do that. Why are these rotating in a different direction? Are this one's? Oh my god. Okay. They're rotating the same, that's rotating the same. Why is this one going the wrong way? Do you know what would be easier? Nope, that wasn't easier. We just go like so. Do that, and then break. Why is this one going faster? Or is it just my eyes playing tricks with me? I think it's just my eyes playing tricks with me. Okay, so if we do that, and then do that, and then connect them all together, so with that. And then what we can do is transfer that with 2 belts coming down to here. That does look pretty cool, but we're going to need some more of them belts, which means we're going to need to smelt some of the kelp. By the way, them duck sounds are really annoying me. Whenever I come across this water, it's like quack, quack, quack. Let's grab some kelp. 2, 3, 4, 5, and... Oh, come on, guy. You go away, you go away. And 6. So we can just make a stack of them. One down into here. Smelting? Well, smoking. It should hopefully do a whole bunch of them at the same time. Should have a crafting bench here. Have we got one down? Yeah, we have. Look at me thinking ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then put you guys up. So, stack of belts. And we are going to want to sleep the night away before we head over there, because we have still got mob spawns that can happen over there. Apparently I can eat in my sleep. Somehow. Let's go. Grab some of you. I don't know what the angle's going to be, so let's just put a few of them down. Oh, got away. Got away. Yep. No. Okay. It's right. It's not as game over as I thought it was. Let's go. Okay, middle one. No, I don't want you to take rotten flesh up there. But sure, fine, whatever. Then we can also bring you down to here. Let's see that. And speedometer. It's not the speedometer that I wanted, is it? It's the stress one. Okay, so we've got 294,000 stress capacity, but this is it on a low sort of cycle. What we want to now do is get a rotation speed controller, but in order to get this we need the precision mechanisms, and this is like a whole craft type thing, so you need small cogwheels, large cogwheels, iron nuggets, and then it's got to go through that cycle 5 times in order to get one, and this will save us having to do the stepping up cycle of this. But what we are going to probably do is call it an episode there, because we have done quite a lot already regarding all of the create stuff. We've created infinite lava source, got our steam engines up and running, got the rotational force coming in and down, and we've built up our pointless plantations as well as the little farm area underneath. And what I will do in between this episode and next episode, I'll gather the resources for the other 2 buildings, the dinner hall as well as the shepherd's hut, and then I'll get some sheep over there for them, and then so that way they will be self-sufficient for food for the time being, and then we can sort of focus on what else we want to start upgrading or building, because we're probably going to want to start upgrading the builder's hut, so that way they can start upgrading the other buildings. And then we can also work over here doing the whatchamacallits, the actual automation of the items. But next episode, what I may well do is focus on gearing up a lot better, as in getting the enchanted book, sorting out a decent source of XP, like mob farming in some way or another, because I'm constantly just making throwaway diamond gear at the moment, and it is a bit of a waste just constantly doing it, and I would really like to get rid of that stupid void blossom boss bar at the top of my screen. So we may focus on doing that, gearing up and taking on that stupid flower boss. Hey. Oh. I love the fact that this is all working now and we've got like pretty much uncapped stress, because even if we do use all of the stress from this network, we can always just add more boilers on, because it's an infinite lava source, infinite water source, so it's going to be infinite power generation that we could get for rotational force with this. So I'm quite happy with it, and it does look pretty freaking cool. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I figured out what we're going to be doing in the next episode before I start recording. Maybe, he says. Probably. Yeah, so hopefully anyway, catch you in the next one. Bye bye.